I'd like to call the Site Plan Review Committee to order for Tuesday, March 3rd, 2026. Roll call, please.
President Kardasky.
Here.
Gary Paul.
Here.
Dennis Persick.
Here.
Dale Quinn.
Here.
Carrie Rathburn.
Here.
Andy Karowski and Dan Pamprin are excused.
Please stand for the pledge. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And please remember our men and women throughout the world in uniform. Number 4, I need a motion on the agenda.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Motion and a second to approve the agenda as presented. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed. Motion carried. Motion on the minutes of December 16th, 2025 meeting.
Move to approve.
Motion and a second on those minutes. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed. Motion carried. Number 6, items for discussion and possible action. 6A, consider, discuss, act on a site plan review request for a third wall sign for the Novara Apartments at 2277 Holmgren Way, Parcel VA-103-A. Aaron.
All right, thank you. I'll share my screen. Okay, all right. The request from Reinhold Signs for the Novara apartment complex that's being constructed just south of Capital Credit Union Park is for a third wall sign. I do want to point out that 2 wall signs have been previously permitted, as you see here. Vertical signage, Novara, that is on Holmgren, and also fronting on Cormier. Let's see, there we go. The existing signage that was permitted, you see here, channel letters copy Novara on Holmgren, and also then over here on Cormier, the channel letters Novara. The request is for a third wall sign right here in the middle, a lit logo. This sign right here. There was a handout that was provided to you as well, provides a rendering of the proposed logo. Under our municipal code, we do require site plan review committee approval for a third wall sign. Under our code, we allow 3 wall signs on separate elevations. So technically, this is on the same elevation as the channel wall lettering for Novara on Holmgren Way. The proposed signage, as indicated, is well within that 20,000 square foot, 10% subject elevation, and subject property all around here are all zoned commercial, general business, public use, so on and so forth. As this is a requested third wall sign on the same elevation as an existing wall sign or approved wall sign, the site plan review committee can consider approval with an exception that this wall sign be permitted at this location, even though it is on the same elevation as the existing wall sign. From a staff standpoint, we are fine with that, primarily because of the height and massing of Novara building itself being 5 stories. The relatively kind of plain masonry behind here does provide some visual interest, pedestrian scale, as well as a vehicle scale. Looking at the traffic on Holmgren Way, Cormier Road, this wall sign is not considered to be obtrusive from a staff standpoint. So staff recommendation is to approve the third wall sign as presented, with an exception for it being located on the same elevation as an existing wall sign. If you have any questions, I'm happy to answer them. We do have representatives from Reinhold Sign in the audience as well.
That little sign will look like a pimple on an elephant. I move to approve as presented.
I would second it.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the third wall sign for the Novara Apartments.
Just to clarify, that's with the exception for the same elevation?
Correct.
At 2277 Holmgren Way, Parcel VA-103-A. Any other comments, concerns, questions? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. 6B, consider, discuss, act on a site plan review request from Wisconsin Public Service for a major utility natural gas district regulator station at 1020 West Main Avenue, parcel VA-L367-6. Aaron?
All right, thank you. I will share my screen again. And just give you an idea of where this proposed regulator station is to be located. This is the property, the corner of West Main and Spirit Avenue. The identified red square right here is the proposed leased area for the regulator station, leaving the remainder of the property available for future development. In terms of the location, WPS has been searching for a location for a while now in proximity to their existing major gas pipeline that runs through that area. Have come to an agreement in principle with the property owner should the conditional use permit for a major utility natural gas regulator station be approved in this location. Going to the site plan materials themselves. This is an overhead view. It is, if you're familiar with the regulator station, I'm not sure it's a regulator station, but it's similar to the one on Broadway, just north of Alden Station. Similar type concept in terms of it's a utility. It is proposed to be fenced with black coated vinyl fencing. It will have a building on the property. The materials do indicate a metal building. However, in discussions with WPS since the staff report, that has been changed to be a masonry building, just from a consistency standpoint with the requirement for a 3-foot masonry wainscot. It's easier to make it all masonry than to do 3-foot masonry wainscot and the rest metal. So that was a change that was made. It was to be, again, a masonry building. A couple items I do want to note. It's a little different from typical fenced areas is that we are not recommending the use of slats or landscaping to screen this. Reason for that is from a public safety standpoint, it's important to be able to monitor the interior of these facilities to make sure that there are no leaks, fires, vandalism, or anything else that could cause any issues long-term for this type of use in this location. So the black vinyl fence is meant to, I guess, minimize the appearance of it as much as possible. However, there will not be slatting or vegetation in front of it. Again, it's to maintain that visibility, both interior and exterior to the property. In terms of recommended conditions of approval, I'll read those for the record. The above-ground components or structures of the major utility shall not exceed outside the map 96-foot by 140-foot area. Driveway access shall be from Spirit Way with driveway permit obtained from the Ashwaubenon Public Works Department. External lighting and noise are subject to village ordinances. Item number 4, again, that's going to be an all masonry building. Number 5, therefore, is no longer valid. Number 6, gravel areas shall be kept free of weeds. And number 7, the driveway apron and drive lane to the fence gate shall consist of concrete. That's to avoid any gravel from washing onto Spirit Way when you have some rain events. If you have any questions, I'm happy to answer them. Others, we do have representatives of Wisconsin Public Service in the audience as well.
Anybody have any questions?
You know, I looked at that diagram, I thought that was stuck in a corner of that lot. Now it's, I guess I was reading it upside down. Now it's on the street side. I guess I'm gonna ask a question, is there any way to put that in the corner of that lot?
I'll refer that back to WPS representative. Yes, if you wouldn't mind.
State my name.
Yes, please.
Name and address for the record, please.
Scott Shepard, WPS. I do local and governmental affairs, 2850 South Ashland. In answer to that, we are looking to have an easement agreement with the landowner. They are giving us space closer to the road to keep options open for the remainder of their property. We are not acquiring the property. We are on easement agreement with Holcher Brothers. So that's the portion that they allowed us to get under easement. Correct, Steve? Yeah.
The only reason I'm asking the question, if that lot's ever developed, it's a great corner for something nice as an entrance to the village of Ashwaubenon. The reason I'm answering the question. And the other question that I had at another meeting, but I couldn't ask it till now. You're just screening that fence. You're not putting any arborvitaes or anything around it in order to keep visibility, is my understanding?
Yeah, over the years, we've worked with police and fire and other emergency responders. And they've asked us to always consider a standard called, we call SEPTED, Community Policing Through Environmental Design. When police and fire want to, or come upon the scene, they want to be able to quickly see into a utility installation. It's not one that they feel comfortable going into without us, but they want to survey the situation and be able to report back or keep people away. If there are shrubs, they become a potential climbing hazard for over the fence. I think in this case, we're unable to put barbed wire, so it becomes another concern that it could be accessed by the public. But we want citizen neighbors, corporate neighbors, to be able to see into there, recognize anything that stands out as out of the ordinary, maybe not our vehicles, which are labeled clearly. Our people with their standard hard hats and safety gear. We want that noticed, but police and fire and other emergency responders have also asked for the same consideration.
I guess that doesn't apply to De Pere then. You have another substation there that's surrounded with arborvitaes.
Sometimes we are required to do it. It is not our first request.
Okay. All right.
Do you add, whatever, to make it smell, you add that, the odor? Do you add that here at this station?
Will that be added at this one, Steve? Yeah, Mercaptan, what he's referring to is natural gas directly from a pipeline does not smell. We add Mercaptan, which is the rotten egg sulfur smell, to make sure it's recognizably, pungent so that people know how to respond to it, recognize it, call in safety issues and leaks. Will we add it there? From the gate station before it gets, okay.
It's already there before it gets there.
It's already there. We have what's called gate stations where we connect directly to the pipelines. We add it there. This is a distribution
Gotcha.
reg center, so it'll already be there as it continues to be distributed to the end users.
Okay.
Does that produce, if you have let's say, a pressure relief valve, is there any pressure relief valves on those systems?
Yes,
Does that become a flame, or does that just dissipate in the air?
it would vent and dissipate to the atmosphere.
I guess I'm thinking of gasoline, where I see flames blowing out of it. Okay.
Okay, any other questions? Okay, does somebody want to entertain a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Okay, we have a motion by Dale Quinn, a second by Dennis Persick to approve with staff conditions.
With staff conditions.
Okay, does everybody understand? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Thank you.
Thank you.
Items for next agenda?
Nothing yet.
Okay. The one thing I wanted to mention, though, for our first meeting in April, it is the day of the election. So if we have a meeting for April 7th, we'll have to move the meeting. It's been suggested we can't move it to April 8th because we have court and pretrials. So would April 9th work, which is a Thursday?
I don't see a problem.
I don't know why it
If there is a
wouldn't.
problem, I'll have an excuse.
You said April
I'll make it.
9th.
April 9th.
I won't be golfing then, so I'll be fine.
I'll be in the hospital that day.
You're not going to come? Is that what you're saying,
All
Dan?
day I'll be in the hospital.
Sorry.
I'm
Gonna
good
run the
with that.
place. No,
I'm-
I-
no.
Getting pretty close to the weekend, you know, Mary.
Well, hopefully we'll have a quorum, so we'll tentatively put it then for April 9th, that Thursday, if we have one. Okay. Okay, I need a motion to adjourn.
Oh,
Motion and a second to adjourn. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed. Motion carried. Thank you.